Let's talk weather because this weekend, even today, it's not super pretty out there, Betsy.
I'm coming.
Yeah, you're coming. I know you are. I know you're busy at the computer.
I mean, in the meantime, we can look at what's happening behind us because this is horrific.
It's really
not pretty.
That's the live picture downtown?
Yeah.
Can we take that full by chance? All right, so here's what's going on. Matt Wintz just texted me and said, I got it. I know what's going on. Look at downtown Cleveland. So our temperatures are in the 40s, right? And Matt just said, hey, we started with rain and then all of a sudden the rain cooled the air into the 30s and we ended up with this snow, and that's exactly what's going on. So thank you, Matt. Miss you. Hope things are going well. But look at the snow that is falling in downtown Cleveland. Now, anything that it tries to accumulate, remember this is all falling on wet surfaces, so it's just going to slush up. So these wet surfaces will soak up a lot of these snow flakes. Initially, we may have some slushy accumulation though if we get more and more of this going on. The real big story here is the wind. The wind is just getting started, friends. We have high wind warnings, we have wind advisories that will last all night and then through the day tomorrow. The high wind warning generally along the lakeshore and then our inland counties, including Portage, Summit, Wayne, Ashland, Richland, and then also Huron and Medina, then all of our lakeshore areas. And then Holmes, Stark, Trumbull, Tuscarawas, and Carroll counties have a wind advisory. The difference here, wind speeds. The wind warning areas, you're talking 60+ mile per hour wind gusts possible. We've been clocking 40+ mile per hour wind gusts from time to time already. And so we are still dealing with a southeast wind. So this is still the milder air. We are not bringing cold air in yet. It's coming down with the rain showers and the snowflakes. We will actually start to see temperatures warm into the overnight, and then tomorrow is when the cold air finally arrives. Here's the wind gusts over the next 24 hours, and as you can see, we have some pretty hefty wind gusts that are still to come this evening. We are anticipating power outages this evening in Northeast Ohio. The wind gust speeds will back off a little bit in the early morning, and then tomorrow you can see how things begin to crank up again. But the big thing here is notice the difference in the wind direction. When we start to go with the south to southwest wind, that's when the cold air gets here. So we have warm air that will be filling in, but once that cold air is here, your wind chills are really going to be frigid. So we are going to be in the low teens and single digits for wind chills for the day tomorrow. Now, with all these big wind gusts, obviously power outages are a big possibility. We've upgraded our risk level to high with those wind gusts across the area, 60+ miles per hour possible. So when we're talking about when those big wind gusts are coming, again, the big wind gusts coming this evening, so the power outage possibilities go way up. And then tomorrow as well, as that cold air comes in, the cold air, the momentum it brings is going to propel that wind through here. So we're likely to see more in the way of power outages tomorrow morning. Now, as for the radar, obviously things can change very quickly. Today is one of those perfect examples of wait a couple minutes and it is a totally different story, not just in downtown Cleveland. This is the story that is playing out all across Northeast Ohio. The radar is trying to interpret what is going on, but it's obviously going to be a little tricky because we're dealing with wet snowflakes and rain and snow. So there's kind of this combo effect happening. Where you see the yellows, that is where we likely have the big wet snowflakes falling, and then the radar finally catches up with it. We're starting to see some of the traditional snowflakes, not as wet, falling in the areas with this blue. Air temperatures have cooled into the 30s now, the mid 30s, and as we head through the night, those air temperatures are going to go up initially as this warm air begins to work in here, and then tomorrow the cold air starts to swing in. And when I'm talking cold air, I'm talking some seriously cold air, and you can see this big wedge that drives down into the Central Plains. That is the driving force for the entire mess that we are dealing with. So as the storm system moves out, it will be cranking up. We go rain to snow, and then the cold air starts to invade, and by Sunday we are looking downright frigid here in Northeast Ohio. It'll be windy and it turns colder late tonight with that high wind warning in place. Your National Designer hour-by-hour forecast, 6 p.m. We're still dealing with mix and rain, but by 8 and 9, we should be able to elevate the temperatures into the 40s with just rain in the area. That continues on and off as our wind gusts are going up at this point, 10, 11, 12 o'clock. After about 2 or 3 a.m., that's when the cold air catches up, and you can see the temperature drop by tomorrow morning. We're only going to be in the 20s and those wind chills in the single digits. We will continue with on and off snow through the day on Saturday. We're not looking for a lot. It's going to be wind driven, whatever does fall, but we are looking at that possibility of 1 to 3 inches of snow still. We'll continue with lake effect snow on Sunday with highs only in the teens. Teens for Monday. And oh my goodness, Tuesday looks downright cold with mid-teens in your Union Home Mortgage forecast. As a matter of fact, beyond that, we don't make it out of the 20s. So Laura, a couple minutes ago I said, when we go into the 30s later tonight, that'll be the last time we're in the 30s for quite some time. It's at least the next 10 days.
And I believe you said, and enjoy it. And that just
enjoy
really
those
puts
30s.
everything into perspective.
And we'll just keep an eye on that downtown cam. We'll keep showing that because that's pretty interesting.
It really is. Betsy, thank you so much.
You got it, guys.